Are you looking for the best 24 to 70 millimeters lenses in 2024? In this video, we will look at some of the 4 best lenses on the market. Before we get started with our video,
we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range.
Starting at number 1. Nikon Z24 to 70 millimeters f/2.8s. The Nikon 24 to 70 millimeters f/2.8 is one of the best standard zooms across brands. It is extremely sharp, especially when paired with a high-resolution camera like the Z9. And the sharpness holds across the entire image and zoom range, with just a tiny bit of softness in the corners when wide open. While there is some visible distortion, barrel distortion when zoomed out and pincushion at 70 millimeters, it is easily corrected with the associated lens profile in RAW processing programs. Nikon built this lens to be rugged and durable, and it is moisture and dust resistant. It also features a unique OLED display on the top of the lens, so you can quickly see info like your exact focal length, focus distance, and depth of field figures. The built-in control rings manipulate manual focus and zoom, and a third that can be customized to control aperture, ISO, or other settings you may want quick access to. The one thing that holds this back slightly is that its autofocus isn't quite as fast as other 24 to 70 millimeters lenses. It is still plenty fast for most situations, but if you are a serious sports or action photographer, you may want to consider something else. Luckily, the autofocus is highly accurate, so you can trust that you will nail focus more frequently. At number 2. Nikon Z24 to 70 millimeters f/4s. The Nikon 24 to 70 millimeters f/4 comes at a much more budget-friendly price than the f/2.8 version without too many compromises. You, of course, lose a stop of speed, but it's still capable of beautiful bokeh and very shallow depth of field, even at f/4. And despite the lower price, it still is extremely sharp. It allows you to take full advantage of the 45.7 megapixel resolution of the Z7 II or Z9 cameras. It's worth pointing out that the lens runs just shy of $1,000 at the time of writing on its own, but if you buy it as a kit with the Z7 II, it will effectively cost you $600, which is an absolute steal for this lens. This full-frame lens is dust and moisture-resistant and built with high-quality plastic to reduce weight while maintaining durability. In addition, it features a retractable design so that it is more compact when you aren't using it. That saves you about 3/4 of an inch, but some may not like having to extend the lens to start shooting. I haven't used too many lenses with this design and have admittedly lifted the camera up to take photos without extending it far too many times. In cases of action, that means missing the shot, unfortunately. Though the controls on the lens body are minimal, there is a tactile AF to manual focus switch, which we love to see. A programmable control ring allows for manual focus by default. However, I like to switch to ISO for faster exposure control. It is a highly sensitive ring, so it's easy to overshoot your desired setting, but it is easy to get used to. At number 3. Canon RF 24 to 70 millimeters f/2.8L is USM. If you are looking for a 24 to 70 millimeters for your Canon mirrorless camera, this is the only real option, besides the even pricier RF 28 to 70 millimeters f/2L USM. Luckily, it's also a fantastic option. Canon clearly built this lens to be used and abused. It is weather-sealed with fluorine coatings on the front and rear elements to protect the lens. At just shy of 2 pounds, it's on the heavier side, but the body is robust, so you don't have to baby it. One of the main features that makes this lens stand out over several of the other options on this list is the inclusion of image stabilization. It offers 5 stops of stabilization, allowing you to use slower shutter speeds and still get sharp results. The fixed f/2.8 maximum aperture also helps in low light conditions. Though it's no macro lens, It can focus as close as 8.27 inches with a 1:3 macro ratio. And it's a sharp lens, especially when paired with a high-resolution camera. Unfortunately, the control ring can't be declicked unless you send it to Canon for a $79.99 service. That's pretty unfortunate for videographers. But that control ring is programmable, so you can set it to whatever makes the most sense for your style. At number 4. Sony FE 24-70mm f/2.8 GM2. There are lots of reasons this is one of our favorite Sony lenses. For starters, the second version of Sony's impressive 24-70mm f/2.5G master lens is 20% lighter than its predecessor, coming in at just 1.5 pounds. That makes it the lightest high-end 24-70mm across any brand. It's also 18% shorter than the first version, making it easier to pack or carry on a long day of shooting. As we have come to expect from G master lenses, this 24-70mm offers rugged, weather-sealed build quality for durability. It's also extremely sharp, even when wide open. And the sharpness is consistent across the zoom range, which isn't typical in a zoom lens. So no matter what focal length or aperture you are using, you can trust that you will get crisp results, especially if you use a high-resolution camera such as the A7RV. The 11-blade diaphragm results in incredibly smooth bokeh. It offers a minimum focusing distance of 8.3 inches, so while it isn't a true macro lens, it will allow for some up-close detail shots. Thanks to all these features, this 24-70mm lens lends itself particularly well to wedding photography. It can easily go from ring shots to bridal portraits to the reception dance floor, saving you from switching lenses or juggling multiple bodies. If you want a G master lens but would like to save a little money, the first version of this lens is still an excellent choice, albeit with some added bulk and a slight reduction in overall quality.